Hey guys, welcome back to Industrial Live. I'm Jeff Hine, and here it's our goal to make you more money. And today we are talking about an issue on the ballot here in Colorado for the 2020 election, and it's called Amendment B. And this is very likely to have a significant impact on your property tax bill. Probably the most impactful amendment or bill that we voted on in the past 40 years or so. So let's talk about it. What is Amendment B? What are the pros and cons? And what might the world look like if it passes or does not pass? So let's just start very high level. Amendment B would repeal the Gallagher Amendment. So obviously that begs the question, what is the Gallagher Amendment? Well, it was enacted in 1982 as a means to simplify the tax code for property taxes. And it did a whole bunch of things. One example of something that it did was it simplified the way a property tax assessor looks at your property and values your property. They used to look at 7 different ways, 7 factors to consider when valuing a property. And with the Gallagher Amendment, they simplified it down to 3. And it did a whole bunch of other things in the same vein along simplifying property taxes. And one thing that it did do, which is the reason why it's potentially on the chopping block right now, is it set in stone this mandate that residential properties were to pay 45% of all property taxes in Colorado, and commercial were to pay 55% of all taxes in Colorado. And simultaneously, it also set in stone that commercial, who's paying 55%, is at a 29% assessed rate. That is set in stone. And residential is floating. So that's what we voted on and enacted in 1982. Now, the reason why some people think it's a problem now, and why, as I say, it's on the chopping block, is because back in 1982, that ratio of 45% residential, 55% commercial made a whole lot of sense, because residential property values actually made up 45% of all property values, and commercial made up 55%. Where we're at in Colorado now is residential has just gone up, up, up. So now it makes up 80% of all property values compared to commercial 20. But with the Gallagher Amendment, it's set in stone that residential still pays only 45% of that property tax burden. So that is why you might have realized that your property taxes as a commercial owner, or even as a tenant, as a user, have just been going out of control, out the roof recently. Whereas if you're a residential property owner, your taxes are kind of cheap. So in order to keep pace with that 45-55 mandate, residential assessed rate, I should say, has been going down, down, down over the years. It started at 21%. Commercial is at 29, remember. And residential has been going down from 21. It's now at 7. And if it continues, it's going to drop down to 6 next year. But basically where we're at now is commercial is paying 4 times the rate that residential is paying. And it's just going to keep growing, that delta between the two, unless we do something to change it. So, if it does not pass, it's going to keep growing in all likelihood. If it does pass, then apparently, according to the politicians, everyone's taxes are going to stay the same, but in all likelihood, residential is going to go up, and hopefully commercial will not continue to go up. But that's my take. It's your vote at the end of the day, so use it how you want it. Hope you found this somewhat informative. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a ring. reply to this email, and look forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye.